The boroughs are New York City. The burbs are everywhere else. Real estate is the ultimate game of risk and reward. It's the biggest investment most people ever make. Fortunes are made over a lifetime and lost in a day. And we're not playing with monopoly money. How do you stay ahead? Who's buying? Who's selling? And why? What do they know? We want the truth. You need an edge. Boroughs and Burbs is your secret weapon, giving you the insider knowledge and strategies you need to succeed in the high-stakes world of real estate. From Palm Beach to Palm Springs, Manhattan to Malibu, we press the experts to expose the pain, find the deals, and occasionally predict the future. That's Boroughs and Burbs, Thursdays, 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific. Because everyone can make money in real estate.
Welcome, everybody. Boroughs and Burbs, episode 201, season 5. We've been at this 5 years, Roberto. Love having you as my partner.
Yeah, likewise.
All right, I'm going to go right through the screens real fast. You'll find us at boroughsandburbs.com. There's my partner. You'll find him at robertocabrera.com, and that's his current newsletter. I encourage everybody to read it. It's a must-read. You'll read my current column this week is on Compass Buying Anywhere and what it means on Elm Street, what it means in our town, in our market. I think everybody is kind of curious what it's going to mean in their individual markets, but it's by any measure, it's a big deal. Today we have Angelo Caris. I worked with Angelo in Connecticut, but he moved back to the De Niro team in New York, and that's where he hangs his hat today. But he brought this show to our attention, and so thank you, Angelo. You brought us JK Property and Yachting. Our special guest today, Jeronymo Kontonis. So he's going to be our special guest, and he's going to take us through the luxury market in Greece. And without further ado, welcome, everybody. Welcome, Geronimo. Welcome, Angelo.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having. Yeah, this is great. Angelo, why did you say, what inspired this show? Why Greece?
You know, I think Greece has no longer become just an abstract bucket list destination. I think it's becoming a really it's already a global attraction, and it's starting to be anchored by second home users, as well as from the States, as well as kind of all over the world, not just from Europe. You're getting a lot of Asian buyers, and it's really become a place to consider in terms of second home for real estate. And it's one of the most stable, I think, now economies in Europe. And transactionally, as Geronimo will share, things are becoming a little bit more fluid and transparent. And I think it's an exciting time for Greece going into this next decade. And there's also a lot of development happening as well, which Geronimo will share. But ultimately, I think it's become a place where a lot of people are frequently going there, at least once, or if not twice a year.
But what I hear you saying, see, I went, like a lot of people, I went to Greece for my honeymoon. My daughter went to Greece on her honeymoon. A lot of people go for vacation. What you're telling me is that the trend in the last several years, from where you're sitting in New York with skyscrapers behind you, is that New Yorkers are no longer thinking it only as a vacation destination. What you've said a couple times is that they're thinking about it seriously as a second home.
Exactly.
But when you say second home, I mean, Greece is vast. There's islands, there's the mainland, we had just talked about Methoni, which is very remote. Like, where are you talking about that people are actually focused on when going there?
Well, Geronimo, being kind of boots on the ground there, will kind of give you the full landscape. But there's definitely your anchor locations. Mykonos, of course, being one of them. Paros being another one for the islands. and Athens in general. And then there's some major developments on the real estate front happening in Athens, infrastructure wise, and in individual multi developments happening that is creating almost a mini Dubai, if you will. You know, within Athens itself as
Wow.
as new development. But I let Geronimo kind of
All right, Geronimo, why don't
steer
we
the ship
start
in
at the
this.
beginning and say, Geronimo, can you introduce yourself? What is your business in Greece and how long have you been doing it?
I found JK Property and Yachting since 2004. So I'm 21 years in the business of real estate and combining real estate and yachting, because these two things in Greece can be combined easily, because we have similar we have similar buyers and clients in these two sectors.
Considering you're Greek, you could actually add shipping. I mean, just saying.
Yachting, actually, not shipping,
Oh,
yachting.
I understand.
So
Yeah.
you're saying your clients are going to be equal. They expect you to be familiar with yachts like these and luxury properties. They expect you to be able to bridge with a foot in both camps.
Correct.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's a $19 million yacht, and now I'm looking at what looks to me like a $20 million villa. Wow.
This looks like it could be in Connecticut, that one you just showed. Where
This is a global listing that you press, that's why. It's a
Okay.
global listing, yes.
Okay.
Because my company is member of the leading real estate companies of the world and Luxury Portfolio International, so we're cooperating with the best real estate agencies from all over the world. So we can offer also for potential investors, we can offer properties all over the world, not only in Greece.
So on a broad stroke, just considering everybody's, there's a growing number of people who are turning their attention to Greece. Is it because Greece is a good value at this point compared to Marbella, compared to other parts of the world? Is that something that's happening and is rapidly changing? Can you give me a sense of that and why this is happening?
Greece combines fast rising prices after the recovery of the economic crisis. We have economic crisis for 6-7 years in Greece. So after the economic crisis, a huge tourism rebound came in Greece, and still relative value compared with Western Europe. So international buyers get here any more lifestyle and capital appreciation. We had a strong interest in investments in hotels, marinas, big projects, and the clients get liquidity and competition at the top end. Recent data shows that house prices are rising materially through the last 8 years in Greece, and luxury sales concentrated in island hotspots such as Mykonos, Corfu, Crete, and also Athens, because Athens anymore become a destination for Europe or for tourists from all over the world. They're coming for short vacations the whole year, not only in the summertime.
Wow. All right. There's a lot to unpack there. So what I've heard so far is that prices have been rising for the last 8 years. And when I looked at the chart, it looked like that we've experienced a bit of a dip from highs in 2023 to 2025. But I've also independently read that 2025 has already begun to experience a rebound, 10% year-over-year growth. So it's been a very short. 2024 was perhaps the only relatively soft spot in the last 8 years.
Can you define for me the growth, though? Growth as in growth in price, growth in volume of transactions, growth in inventory?
Both, because we have a lot of developers the last year that they are building and investing in the development. So we have a lot of new projects, a lot of new developments in Greece, parallel to the high demand that Greece now is destination for investors, not only for just to have a second home, but investors because they are willing to invest in Greece anymore, because Greece offers attracts a lot of clients and a lot of buyers from all over the world, not from Europe, not from the States, but from all over the world. Because Greece, the last years had one of the most successful golden visa programs, and this attracts the last 10 years investors for golden visa from all over the world. Because the golden visa investment program in Greece was one of the most successful programs in Europe.
I'm going to put up a map, and I want you to kind of describe, because to talk about Greece, I mean, I'm not sure whether we're talking about the mainland, are we talking about the cities, or are we talking exclusively about the islands? And are these separate markets, and are they behaving differently, or are they all? So let's see. Let's back up the map and hit share, and you
Yeah,
can.
Geronimo, if I could just add, I think it's important for the audience to understand geographically, population-wise, we're not as dispersed as the rest of Europe in terms of like comparing to Italy or France. Not only size-wise, they're much bigger countries, but most of the population is concentrated in two major cities, which is Athens and Thessaloniki. So it very much changes the way we kind of look and discuss Greece as an investment and so on. And Geronimo can kind of add to that, but it's very unique in that sense. It's not as there's a lot of opportunities in pockets, but in terms of where the concentration is, it's not as dispersed as if you were talking to a group from France and they're selling you, there's so many options there to kind of explore.
So Thessaloniki is in the north, and that's the major city in the north, and Athens, the major city in the south.
Correct. Athens is the capital city in Greece, and one of the rare capital cities in Europe with direct access to the sea, because it's a seafront capital city, which is very attractive for investors and tourists, and like Thessaloniki as well. So the two major cities in Greece are next to the sea. Athens has the half of the population of Greece. So in Athens, we're living 5.5 million of people, where the total population of Greece is 11 million. And 1.5 million are living in Thessaloniki. So you can understand that these are the two major cities, and it's not like Italy or other European countries that they have many big cities all over the country.
And according to what I've read, that Athens has been having steady year-over-year 5% growth, 5% or more every year for the last 5 or 8 years. Is that correct?
Correct. Because after the economic crisis, a lot of investors came in Athens and invest in old buildings, in the center of Athens especially, and they renovate them and they transform them to hotels, boutique hotels, Airbnb, because Athens in the past has the lowest amount of rooms for hotels or rooms for Airbnb in general. So Athens became a destination that a lot of investors from all over the world, they saw this gap in the market, and they invest a lot in older buildings and properties, and they transform the center of Athens to something much more attractive to people. And that's why Athens anymore is a destination for tourists all over year round.
So according to this chart, Athens city center, just for in terms of scale, it's more expensive to be in the city center, 2,266 per meter, slightly less, only slightly less outside the city center, 1,931. If there's 9 square feet per meter, the average American can take what, a tenth of this, move the decimal place over and say, this is still relatively high value for an American going over there looking at prices in the $250, $300 per foot. Is that a fair assessment of what I'm looking at here?
Yes, yes, yes. Because foreign buyers in families and investors target prime central neighborhoods in the center of Athens, but also in coastal areas of Athens, because Athens is next to the sea. So these areas are becoming very attractive the last years. And because prices still look attractive versus other capital cities in Europe. So still Athens and Greece is cheap, if I could say that, depending other European capital cities.
So Roberto and I have not yet missed our opportunity, right? We're on the rise, but it's not unaffordable.
You will gain less than the ones that they invested in 2018 and 19, but there is a lot of potential still.
All right, but Roberto, before we get too excited, this is a picture of Mykonos. This is the harbor in Mykonos. That's where I went for my honeymoon. And when I scroll down, I see prices are substantially higher in Mykonos. We're not at that $2,500 per square meter. We've gone from 5,000 to somewhere around the 6,500 to 7,000 per meter. Can you
Yes.
explain, is this an accurate reading? Are the prices really triple in Mykonos what I might find in downtown Athens?
Sorry, because I lost my. Okay, I lost.
I'm just wondering, are the prices really 3 times as high in Mykonos and some of the other hot destination islands as they are in Athens?
Yes, actually, Mykonos is the ultra, let's say, premium market in Greece because there is the highest per square meter values and strong luxury tourism. They lead in luxury transactions, but really because it was for many years the top destination of tourists. So yes, Mykonos and Santorini, I would say, has the highest per square meter values in Greece from all the islands. But lately, I could say that larger islands like Crete are showing faster growth because many visitors, they are looking to invest in the infrastructure and longer seasons. So Crete can offer longer seasons, and hotels, villas, holiday rental demand are climbing in this island as well, and other larger islands.
So,
But still, Mykonos always will be the ultra premium.
and how
market.
do Mykonos and Santorini differ?
Actually, they are very different islands because Santorini is. The visitors and tourists of Santorini are coming for shorter period, like 2-3 days, and they're leaving. In Mykonos, they can stay for weeks, for months, because Mykonos offers a variety of beaches, a variety of international restaurants, well-known places to go. It's more for nice living. In Santorini, it's about the volcano view. It's about living this unique volcano view. But apart from that, you cannot stay for longer periods. So that's why many people, they are going there for shorter period than Mykonos. It's totally different islands, I would say.
Okay. Would you say Santorini is quieter?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's not like parties in the villas, not like people going with their yacht to have nice beaches all around, because Santorini does not offer this. Santorini offers this unique view of the volcano and this nature view that it's okay. It's something unbelievable to see.
So the red dot is on Santorini, the famous black sand volcanic island, and Mykonos is up here in what I'd say the northern end of the islands, and in between we've got Paros and Naxos and some of the others. And you're saying that the climate is substantially different between Mykonos and Santorini, that Santorini is more like our Carolinas and Florida, and Mykonos is more like Virginia Beach. I mean,
No, no. Mykonos and Santorini and all the Cyclades islands have very similar weather.
Okay, okay.
They're windy islands because we have it's quite windy in the summertime, but this is very good in this island because we don't have trees there, so it's very refreshing the wind in the summertime. But the weather is very similar to all the Cyclades islands. The uniqueness of Greece is that Greece has 6,000 islands. 200 of them they are permanently inhabited. So this unique geography creates an ideal environment for yachting and lifestyle tourism. Investors and high net worth individuals often explore multiple islands via yacht. That's why we can combine yachting and real estate. Experiencing the local culture, the cuisine, the lifestyle of each destination, because each island has something unique to offer to the visitors. This creates interest in acquiring luxury properties all over these islands, whether waterfront villas, private residencies, seafront homes. So this creates a lot of demand in all the islands because each island has its own characteristics and its own beauty. And it's better to live it than to listen it from me because every place in Greece has something unique to offer.
Is it a so now let's talk about who's coming in, because I think Europe has been Europe's been coming to Greece for quite some time. America has only just discovered Greece, and because I guess international travel, airplanes, much easier to get there than perhaps, and much less expensive. When Roberto and I did the show in southern France, we said, who's moving in? And they said, well, when the Russians, came for a while, then we were popular with Arabia. They said every time America has a presidential election, half of America is unhappy with the result, and they immediately say that they're moving to the south of France. So are you also seeing sort of these patterns where where it's hot in certain parts of the world and becoming less so in others? Are we suddenly hot to the Americans?
Yes, Americans, you said it correctly, they discovered Greece lately, but we have a lot of Greek Americans in the States, so they know Greece, but now the native Americans, they're discovering Greece as well, either for tourism or for investing. But Greece has, the location of Greece is unique because Greece is, if let's say the visitor are coming from the east, Greece is the first European country from the east. And so it's very easy. We have very easy access from the Middle East. It's the first European country from China, from the eastern part of the world. And that's why we have a lot of visitors and investors from Middle East, Israel, Middle East, Egypt, Turkey, but also China because of the Golden Visa program. So if you see on the map, we are just 5 hours from Dubai, and we are 4 hours from London, 4 hours from Spain, and 3 hours from Russia. So the location of Greece is something unique for Europe, and the climate of Greece also is very unique because we have 10 months of, it's like summer in Greece. And for many people from the north, especially, November and March is still summer for them.
Do you make it easy for foreigners to buy property in?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
When we had the show in Portugal, they said, come to Portugal, Portugal on sale, we're the hot property. But so tell me, why Greece, not say Portugal?
Look, first of all, if I could say for the Golden Visa buyers, we have investment starts for 250,000 euro compared to other European countries where the investment starts for 500,000 euro. So this make Greece one of the most accessible European markets for real estate, for golden visa real estate investments. We have ease of access. Non-European buyers, including those from the Middle East, can acquire property with relative simplicity. It's very easy because the rules are the same. Even if you are Greek or even if you are a non-European buyer, you follow the same procedure. We have flexible residency requirements. There is no minimum stay requirement in Greece, allowing investors to secure residency while living abroad. The tax efficiency. Greece has no double taxation agreements that penalize foreign buyers on rental or capital gains income, so making it highly attractive for wealth preservation and income generation. So these factors, from my point of view, are the makes Greece a top choice for investors. And lately, since 2019, the government is investment friendly to investors, so they are giving more incentives for investors to come in Greece. I mean, tax incentives to come in Greece and invest in huge and big projects.
Have you seen any, just in the immediate short term, from essentially spring till now, any slight pullback of Americans because of the value of the dollar is changing?
Yes, I was saying earlier before we start that Greece, we're facing now stabilizing of the markets in general. And I think this is happening all over the world because after COVID, we had a huge investments and huge demand for properties all over the world and in Greece as well. Now we have a stabilization of the market and from the States as well, because some of them, they think that the prices are already they are already high, but I think this is normal. We need this stabilization of the market. So yes, this also affects Americans as well. But I don't believe it's about the dollar. It's about in general. This is a new trend of the global real estate market.
And the development you're seeing is it primarily multifamily type condominium structures? Is it houses? What are you seeing?
Depending the areas, we have different kind of developments. Let's say in Athens, we have condominiums, we have big developments, depending the areas of Athens, developments for named properties, sea view, or how can I say, gated developments, that this was not happening in the past. Serviced apartments that we did not have these apartments and developments in the past. So we have something new for the city, especially in Athens, this is happening, and especially in the south part of Athens, where one of the biggest development in Europe is taking place right now, in the old airport of Athens, Elliniko, which a huge project is already happening there with towers, with casinos, with new marinas, with villas, gated properties.
Is that an area that before wasn't very developed?
It was the old airport of Athens, and nothing. It was an empty area and like empty plots on the seaside. In order to give you a number, is 5 million square meters plots of land on the seaside in Athens, capital city. Wow. So now is happening something huge, and this attracts a lot of buyers and a lot of investors from all over the world, because this is one of the biggest, maybe the biggest investment in capital in Europe right now.
And where is the investment money coming from? Is it coming from other countries? Is it coming from within the country? I mean, do you have investors that are Russian? Do you have investors that are German? I mean, do you know, as far as the construction of these developments, not individual?
I would say it's 60-70% of investors coming from abroad right now.
But a mix of abroad.
But mix, yes. From Middle East, from the States. The Russia is not clientele for Greece anymore because of the war and because of the restrictions. It
Yeah.
was in the past, but not now. North Europeans, South Africa, Australia, China, a lot of Chinese, Israelis, they're coming also a lot, and Americans as well. So we have, yes, from many countries from all over the world, and which is very healthy for the economy of Greece, because we're not counting only from one country or from two countries, but many different countries.
So when I go to your website, jkproperty.gr, I went and searched, and I said, you know what, I'm interested in an island house. So I searched Ionian Islands, and because I'm looking for a deal, I said sort it by increasing price. I'm really surprised. These are beautiful, and they look new, like new construction in many cases, for only $1.5 million to $2.5 million in the Ionian Islands. Is this
Correct.
typical? I mean, each one of these has water views and a swimming pool, and it looks like a lot of space.
Yes. Actually, in the islands, the most the demanding properties are the sea view properties and or the beachfront properties. That's why most of the investors or developers, they're willing and they're building properties with a sea view or beachfront. The properties are quite big for compared to other island properties in the past. Because most of the buyers wants to have at least 4 or 5 bedrooms because they are coming with their families, with their friends for vacation, and they would love to have larger properties. But many of them, they are investing in properties in order to have income from them. So that's why they want to rent them out, and they are focusing in international clients that they're coming for vacation. So these properties are not only in order to live the owners to live in, but also it's an investment, and a very good investment, because we have a lot of tourists, and tourism is climbing every year, and we have record high every year in tourists in Greece.
So is it an Airbnb, VRBO that has really given a lift to the island economy by allowing owners to monetize their investments for the first time?
Correct. That's why we have a lot of buyers that are buying not only the big houses, but smaller ones, because even the smaller ones can generate profit for them, and the yield that they're giving is quite interesting for the buyers and for the owners.
Is this one of your listings I found at Luxury Portfolio?
Yes, it is.
Tell me about this one. How hard is it to get to, and what kind of person is interested in this listing?
This is located in Mykonos, and this is the new type of property that it's underground, let's say, properties that gives more square meters to the developer to build it. And so this is if they could build 200 meters, now they can build 400 meters if it is underground property. With a sea view. So it's something new. It's a new trend for the island, but it's something really interesting and really nice. And many buyers or tourists are willing to stay or to buy this type of properties.
Is that terrain rock, or is it clay, or like, I mean, to build in there underground like that, does that require blasting and things like that? Or because that looks like it's completely just underneath the ground.
It's underneath the ground, and it's a very eco-friendly, let's say, properties that because Mykonos it's a rocky island, and this type of property can be built easily in this type of islands. That there are rocky islands, and you can dig in, and you cannot have any problem digging inside there, like Santorini as well.
It occurs to me that the islands that have an airport are probably twice as expensive because they're twice as accessible to tourists who want to come in for a long weekend, So if you have an airport, it's going to make a big difference on your investment and your ability to market it, because people want to be able to get in and get out. Is that fair?
Yes, especially that's why Mykonos and this type of island that they have international airports, not only airports, they're more attractive to people from all over the world, because they can either come with a private jet, or they can come easily from many capital or many towns and many cities from all over the world, with direct flights. But I would say that secondary islands becoming upcoming lately, especially in Kyklades Islands, because of these well-known islands like Mykonos and Santorini. So islands just next to Mykonos, like Sifnos, Naxos, and Diparos, rising average daily rates and limited luxury supply make them attractive. And this is an attractive islands to invest right now, because from my point of view, this type of islands will give you a lot of profit in the near future. So these islands around the main, let's say, islands of Greece are rising a lot lately, and a lot of people, either Greeks or foreigners, they're visiting these islands, even if they don't have international airports.
So access to those is purely by boat.
Yes.
So we have to use John's yacht to get to those places, but we can fly my jet to Mykonos. Okay.
But you can fly to Mykonos and you can take a boat easily, and in half an hour you can be in the neighbor island. You can be in another island. So it's very easy if you go by airplane to the main, let's say, island like Paros or Mykonos, and then you can use a boat and go with half an hour trip to go to another island.
So Geronimo, I'm assuming a lot of your business is in the islands just because you deal with yachts.
No, it is for sure in the islands, but mainland of Greece as well has its beauty, and it has its clientele, let's say, not only the islands.
So how do you manage that? Where are you? Geronimo's everywhere. I mean, is he in the islands, or is he?
I'm not alone. So
do all of your clients say, "Where are you today"?
Look, Athens is in the center of Greece, so we can fly and we can travel all over Greece very easily. But we have local representatives and colleagues in the main islands and in the main cities of Greece. So we have local agents that serve the areas.
I love the architecture.
Let me ask you a practical example. You're in Athens in the morning. You have a couple of appointments. You have a very important appointment with someone who's just flown into Mykonos. Can you get there by the afternoon if you had to?
The same day I can have a flight to Mykonos very easily.
And how long does that take?
We have at least 3 flights to Mykonos per day. Not only in the summertime, we have more than 10. In wintertime, we have 1 or 2 flights per day for Mykonos. So
and how long is the flight time, and how much? I mean, does it cost you a couple $100s to get there?
It's only 35 minutes to go there by airplane. And the tickets to Mykonos is, depending the season, is from 150 euro to come and go, up to 250, 280 euro in the summertime.
Okay.
It sounds I think that's a point of difference, because most Americans experience the Caribbean, and the Caribbean is not set up for high-speed boat travel, ferry travel, and as the Greek islands, or air travel from island to island, like you're describing. Much more frequent, much less expensive airfare, and high-speed ferries, I think, are the norm. The Greek economy relies on transportation between the islands in a way that the Caribbean, being separate countries, does not.
No. In Greece, yes, you can go from one island to other islands very easily, especially in the summertime. And it's something for us, something very common to do. For us, it's very common to have a boat and go in 1 hour to go to an island. Of course, depending the weather. I mean, if it is very windy, you cannot go easily, but normally you can. It's very easy to go.
So one of the
But
things
I would say that mainland of Greece offers also something different than the islands, which is something very interesting. It's more tranquil, family-friendly lifestyle with quieter and surroundings, larger plots, easier access because you don't need you just need your car. And this appeals to families, retirees, and buyers seeking for longer-term residency than seasonal stays. So islands offer something different, and mainland offers something different and unique than the islands.
I want to talk more about the mainland because I think a lot of Americans look to vacation in the Caribbean. A lot of Europeans have always looked to vacation in the Greek islands. But you talked about 50% of the population is in Athens. And
Yes.
you talked about a very robust economy and rising real estate prices in Athens for a sustained period of time, not just momentarily. So can we talk about what seems to me a more diversified strategy? It's not just relying on tourism anymore. Why not? What's changed?
The economy changed. The Greece economy changed completely the last years. And as Angelo mentioned before, Greece's economy is one of the most stable economies in Europe. So this brings a lot of people that they want to invest and they want to live in Greece, not only for tourism, but also to stay. Retirees, they are coming in Greece and spend after 60, 65 years, they spend their time here in Greece, and they love to live in areas like Crete, which Crete is a very upcoming island of Greece because of the weather, because of unique people there, very nice, very welcoming people. So a lot of
I'm going to ask a hard question. The reason a lot of 65-year-old Americans do not retire to the Caribbean is because of health care. But they'll go to the mainland, they'll go to Florida because they can have access to doctors, they have access to hospitals, and they have confidence in the system will be able to take care of them. It sounds to me like the infrastructure is such in mainland Greece that Europeans are saying, I have confidence that it has all the amenities, especially healthcare, that I need in the modern economy. That fair?
It is fair, and it's yes, makes them feel more safe to be in the mainland than in the islands because they have very easy access to to the healthcare system, and yes, it's more safe for them, let's say.
So that
But
might be driving a lot of these fabulous modern-looking condos that I'm looking at in the developments in Athens is because it's accessible to an airport and all the amenities I need.
Not only, but because the beauty, they're discovering the beauty of Athens because Athens was not discovered in the past as so for its beauty, but now they are discovering Athens for many other reasons than the healthcare or the security or the airport. But a lot of large islands of Greece, they have a very good healthcare system like Crete, as I mentioned before. So these larger islands also attracts people for the security that they can offer.
So it's 5 million people in Athens. But it's not just about ancient culture. What kind of industry is in Athens now?
What do you mean about industry? Sorry.
Yeah, what kind of industries are attracted to Athens? I mean, it is beautiful.
It's
Wow.
the history. It's the way of living because Athens is a very easygoing city and very friendly, very safe. We don't have issues anymore with the immigrants. You can live and you can feel very safe in Athens. the climate, the investments that are coming, they are happening right now, especially the one that I mentioned before. So Athens offers a lifestyle that people they are discovering now, and they offers something unique, not only for the ancient monuments, but the lifestyle lately is very attractive for the visitors.
Have you been, Roberto?
Long time ago. Too long ago to remember. I need to go back. It's on our list. The islands are on our list.
You will impressed about the lifestyle of Greece, and especially in Athens, because I'm living in Athens, and I'm impressed as well about what's happening in the city lately. It's really amazing.
I went many years ago for my honeymoon, spent some time in Athens, exploring Athens, and then home base Mykonos, and we took the ferry travel and visited half a dozen islands. And I will say one day, me and my new bride, we just decided to jump on the boat and go check out the Delos, the next island over. And we came back, and we stayed over on one of these islands and came back, and we got a tongue lashing from our from the Greek family that we were staying with. They're like, "You need to, let us know. We were worried sick about you." And I have to say that's never experienced it before or since. This feeling of family, they were worried about the young Americans just kind of gallivanting off and island hopping without letting them know. I felt, like I was part of the family, and
Yes.
I'm just,
And you feel that all over Greece, because Greece is very welcoming for the people from all over the world. This is the feeling. We have this word philoxenia, which is I cannot translate it in English, but it's this welcoming spirit that we have, all the Greeks all over Greece. But I would say for Athens, because you mentioned it, is Athens. The trend, let's say, for the visitors of Greece is to come in Athens for 3-4 days and then to visit the islands, because from Athens you can go in any island, either by airplane or by boat. So this is the new trend now. They're combining islands for their vacation. It's not only about the islands, it's about Athens and the islands, or Athens and the mainland. And this makes Athens the hotspot of their trip.
So if I'm sitting here, if I'm watching this show and I'm convinced, how do I go about this? Do I just give you a call and I say, help me find a place that I can use part of the year and rent out when I'm not using it? And is that the typical call? And what kind of questions do you ask them? What are the things that I need to let you know in order to start my search?
First of all, the first question is why you want to buy, for what reason. As you mentioned, it's for to generate income, or just for your family to come and stay for whenever you want.
Well, I think it begins for a lot of us as I want to try Greece, and I think I can make use of it for a few months out of the year, but I'm not prepared to move there permanently yet. But I want to try it. So I want to try it for a couple months, and then I want to rent it out. Can you help me as an investment?
Of course. The other question is when you are coming to Greece, let's say, where you would like to live, or where you would like to stay, in the island or in the mainland, in the city of Athens or elsewhere of Greece. It's where you like for you to live or to stay whenever you will be here. Then I will propose you. I will ask you how big it will be, how many bedrooms you need to have. If it is your purpose of your investment, if it is mainly for income or mainly for living, because then I can propose you different kind of areas to invest.
All right, I'm going to give you my criteria. Ready? I want a place where I can go and spend a month and I'm not going to get bored. So I can't be on a deserted island. I can't be in the remote area, but I want access to fabulous restaurants, fabulous beaches, and an airport, and enough ferries to get to other places. And I think for a lot of us, you'd say, well, Mykonos checks all those boxes. But for a lot of us, Mykonos is the most expensive island for those reasons. So have you got any secret islands, any secret destinations, maybe even on the mainland, that would give me that place of a community with fabulous restaurants and things to do, but not unaffordable?
Yes, we have, if we say about islands, we have other islands, like, that's why Paros became very popular lately, because there is an airport there, it's close to Mykonos, it was not as expensive as Mykonos, but with very nice restaurants, very nice beaches. So that's why Paros lately become very popular. Crete is a very big island, it's like a country within a country. So they offers a lot of diversity inside this island, and a lot of nice beaches, a lot of nice restaurants, international airports, very good health care system. So another destination is Crete, which is very upcoming lately. Corfu Island in Ionian Sea, or Zakynthos Islands, very nice islands, very nice infrastructure, very nice beaches, not so expensive as Mykonos. You can find easily houses for 600,000 euro up to 1.5 million, up to 1.7 million with sea view, and you can generate also profit, because many of them, of the owners, they are renting this property. So yes, we have a lot of islands with airports that are not so expensive as Mykonos. But we have also some areas like the mainland of Greece that you can go by car, not only by airplane. And you can be very close to islands as well, like the islands of Spetses or Hydra or Aegean Island, which is very close to Athens. You can go easily from Athens or from Peloponnese, and you can feel, you can combine, let's say, the mainland characteristics with the island proximity. So if you see in the map, the Saronic Islands, which is, yes, this part, the Porto Heli, is very well-known area of Greece, a lot of villas, amazing properties, amazing hotels are located there as well. If you see down Porto Heli and Hermione.
South
Yes.
or north?
Here. No, little more.
Where?
Where is... This is Epidavros, but here, where is your... It's a little upper in Porto Heli and Spetses Island. No, where you was before.
Oh, okay, down here.
Yes, here.
And where's Crete in relation to this again? And I just need to see the geographics of that.
Crete is down.
Yeah, okay, right.
This is the most south island.
And to fly there from Athens takes how long?
It's about 50 minutes, 55 minutes. 50 minutes, I would say.
And what's going on up here in the north, Thessaloniki?
Thessaloniki has a high demand lately, the city of Thessaloniki. A lot of investors now, they're discovering Thessaloniki because Thessaloniki has a lot of old but nice buildings on the seaside. They have some nice old hotels, but the demand shows that they need more hotel rooms and more Airbnb houses. That's why a lot of people, they're investing in Thessaloniki and renovating the old buildings, especially close to the sea, and they're renting out or they're selling afterwards in a higher price. So Thessaloniki is, and also the Balkan countries, they're visiting a lot the north part of Greece, and especially Thessaloniki and Chalkidiki area, which is just next to Thessaloniki, is these three peninsulas. It's the three legs, as we say, yes, where you saw now. So these areas has amazing beaches, amazing hotels, amazing properties that everybody, especially from the Balkans, they're visiting every year, and they're willing to invest also there. So we have a lot of potential investors from the Balkan countries, and especially from Bulgaria and Romania, where the economy lately are improving a lot, and we have a lot of investors from there.
Is there better value there than to the south?
Yes, yes. The prices are lower in this area.
And just to get to, just for reference, to drive from Thessaloniki to Athens takes how long?
It's about 4 or 5 hours maximum, 4 hours, 5 hours maximum. And to drive from Thessaloniki to Chalkidiki to these three peninsulas is about 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roberto, that's like going to Boston for you. I mean, that's easy.
Greece is a small country. You can drive from the one part of Greece to the other part within 7, 8 hours.
Wow. And the Ionian Islands, which I had shown earlier from your website, they're over here on the West Coast. We haven't even talked about that.
Yeah, I would just add also, Geronimo is mentioning these different locations, and they are all unique and special in their own right. But Greece as a whole has I think if most usable coastline in the entirety of Europe. So there's endless options really, when you think about the diversity, the coastline. I think it's second to Thailand, if I don't quote me, but in terms of usable coastline in the
Correct.
world. So it's just been very uniquely given this gift of where it sits both geographically and then in the case of usability. And now you're layering in all this additional infrastructure and supportive food and restaurants and hospitality, and it's I think it's going to keep growing and more these little islands. I was for instance married on Hydra 10 years ago. No one really went to Hydra, even though it was a very well-known island amongst the Greeks. And I was just in Vermont last weekend and met an old couple that they went to Greece and went to Hydra out of all islands. So that was their thing. They did Athens for a couple of days, as Geronimo mentioned. They went to Hydra, Spetros, and came back. And also the seasonality, we think of summer as these 3 months, June through August in the East Coast. For Greece, it really starts maybe April, May. And I have a colleague now that's in Athens for 3 days with her. It's a family of 4. They're in Athens for 3 days, and then they're going to Boroughs for another 5 days. The weather can't be better. I just heard from them. They're having the best time. I planned their itinerary, and it's who doesn't like 85 degrees during the day and 77 degrees in the evening. So they're having a great time. And I have another family friend that lives in London. He's spending his holiday in mid-October in Greece. He stayed in London throughout the summer, and now he's doing his actual holidays and beach time with his family in October. So I think as Americans or Westerners start to experience Greece more, it's going to open up to them to think about it as a year-round destination.
Correct, because as I mentioned before, Greece has 10 months of very calm and very nice weather. And for me, the best period to have vacation in Greece is April, May, June, and September, October. The Greeks, we say October is the little summer, because always the weather in October is very nice and very calm and the temperature of the water is not so cold. And it's very peaceful, very nice to have vacation in October in Greece. So yes, if you come in Greece in December, you can have 18 degrees, 20 degrees, even in December sometimes. So last December, I was celebrating the Christmas in an open area with just wearing a shirt and with our sunglasses, sitting out, everybody sitting out and having our wine outdoors. So Greece has now only 1 month of, let's say, cold weather. The rest of the period we have very calm weather.
Well, this sounds like paradise. All right, let me take us through the final screens. I want to thank our sponsor, Grace Farms. You'll find them at gracefarms.org. Very exciting. They're getting into their 10th year celebration. Check them out at gracefarms.org. I want to thank our special guest, JK Property and Yachting. You'll find him at JK Property. Jeronymo Kontonis, JK
Thank you so
Property.
much.
Remember that. You're going to find Angelo at the De Niro team in New York. So if you're in New York or on the East Coast and you want to start with a Greek expert in New York, you're going to find Angelo on the Rafael De Niro team. Easy to find them, and he can help you meet Geronimo and get settled.
Thanks, Sean.
You'll find me at theengelteam.com. You'll find Roberto at robertocabrera.com or at Brown Harris Stevens. And you'll find this episode in the next 15 minutes. We'll upload it to boroughsandburbs.com so you can share it with your friends. Thank you, gentlemen. This has been an awesome hour.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much for
everyone.
everything.
And thank you, Roberto. Always a pleasure. Love
Thank you,
working
sir.
with you, man.
Likewise. Thanks,
All
guys.
right. Till next
Bye.
week.
Bye-bye.